All right, guys, we're just getting set up here. See if I can get everything down. All right. Welcome. I'm still trying to get this live thing right. I put it on, I flipped the camera, I did horizontal and hit live, and it literally flipped the camera still. I don't know why it did that. So I'm going to give everybody a chance to get in. I don't know if you guys saw that I was doing a live. I scheduled it. So we'll see if people join. It says that showing that it's live, so that's good. I'm going to bring it up here so that way I can see the chat. I'm doing this all kinds of weird. But what we're going to do in this live here is we are going to talk about some of the axes, hatchets, and tomahawks that I've done reviews on so far this year, and why I think they've been some of the best since I've been on social media. I've been on social media now for exactly 3 years. I got onto YouTube Studio the other day, and it said, "Happy 3rd anniversary birthday." Actually, it was last night when I got on there. So we've been on here for exactly 3 years, which is really cool, really cool. Before we get started, I'm going to give some people a chance to get in and say what they want to say. A lot of you will probably watch this after it's over and it's not live anymore. Thank you. I really don't know what to say. I'm going to try to not get emotional. You big sissy. Yeah, I know. I just want to say that when I started this, I never had any idea that it would get to this length and this. I don't even know what to say. Thanks. There's over 30,000 of you. There's a bunch of you that watch on YouTube that don't subscribe to me, which is cool. But across 2 platforms, really TikTok and YouTube, it's literally over 30,000 now. So thank you so much. It started with me throwing axes, not even really thinking it was going to be anything. It was just, I did it because I enjoyed it. I really love it. And people would keep driving by and saying, "You really should get on social media." And that's what we did. We jumped on social media, and the rest is history. So I'm hoping that we can continue to go on. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I am getting up there in age, so my arm isn't going to last forever, but I'm going to go as long as I can, as hard as I can, until the brakes get put on without me wanting it to happen. So thank you so much. We've gotten to the point now to where we are able. I saw the earnings coming in for you guys just watching the videos. The earnings coming in for May, and we can do a lot. As long as I keep the views up and you guys keep watching, I'll be able to get some really cool axes every month. So that's really cool. So let's let some people get in, and we'll get started here in a minute. Titanium tomahawks, Wrangler tools, or Rango tools, I should say. I forgot that they changed their name. Rango tools, titanium tomahawks. Like I told you guys last year, we were going to do some testing on them. I've got 2 ready to go. If you're interested, you can go check them out on Amazon, and you can go back into my playlist because I did a review on one of these. Like I said, I talked to the owner, Dennis, and we were talking about the cheek design and bit design that comes on it. And I told him that I thought that he could get it thinner and it would still hold its edge very well and still hold up strength wise without the edge rolling and chipping and all that. So what we're going to do is, in a future video, probably here pretty soon, we're going to do hey, what's up, Dan? Thanks for joining. We are going to do a penetration test with these, but not just a penetration test. We're going to put my edge up against their edge. So this one's mine here, this one's theirs. I have them equally sharp. They're just, this one's as sharp as this one. And I did work on the cheeks a little bit, as you can see here, but I really worked on this to give it more of a thinner bit profile, and I really worked on these cheeks compared to the one that comes from them. So we're gonna do a torture test on both of these, not just axe throwing, but also chopping, which I don't do a lot of. A lot of people. Um, how's the axe man? What's up, James? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. A lot of people, I see a lot of people are like, yeah, but how well does it work as a tool? What if I want to take it chopping? Guys, people that have been with me long enough know, um, you can go back in my playlist if you want, but I'll save you some time. You know how many videos I've made of me chopping? None. That's not what I'm about. I wouldn't be able to give you any information on chopping. I really wouldn't. That's not my thing. There are people on YouTube that are way better than in that field than I am. And I wouldn't proceed to come in here and try to tell you guys, "Oh, this is good for chopping." It just seems disingenuous when I know that there's people out there that are way better at chopping and bushcrafting and all that than I am. So if you guys want to come watch me, it's great because I put these things through hell. I do. I beat the hell out of them. So if you want to know how well they're good, how good they are for axe throwing, and if they hold up or not, and how well the edge retention is and all that, come watch me. And then you can go watch someone else on, using it as an actual chopping tool or bushcrafting or whatever. It kind of works out really well because it kind of divvies up the content, right? You come watch me if you want to see this kind of content, and then you go watch someone else if you want to see them using it in a different way. I wouldn't proceed to tell you guys anything outside of what I feel comfortable telling you, and I'm just not that guy. But when it comes to edge retention and torture testing, I will definitely do that chopping wise. Just, don't expect me to tell you what the best chopping technique is and all that. I just don't know that. I chop probably just as well as all of you, and I'm sure there's probably people out there better that are watching me that are like, dude, I chop way better than that. You probably do. And I'm not going to proceed to tell you that I'm any better. So, but those titanium tomahawks are really cool. The reason why I like them so much, to give you guys an example, so I got a scale here and we'll put it down. And I already know how much they weigh, but I just want to double check. We'll do mine. So we got the titanium tomahawk. It should be around, that's theirs. I'm going to do mine. We'll do mine. Okay, so they should be around a pound. Yes, this should be around a pound. I know, it's crazy. Let's weigh it and see. 1 pound and 0.1 ounces. 0.1 ounces. Now, to give you an idea, the Helkoverk Rhineland hatchet, this one right here, this one weighs almost 2 pounds. And this one's weighing that's a pound heavier. The Beavercraft AX1, I really like this one. I did rehaft it though on a hickory handle from Helkoverk. But to give you an idea, if you take a look at these two here, of course, guys, take a look at that spike in the back. It's not thin. Doing a weight test on it. We are at 1 pound and 10.4 ounces. So 1 pound, 10.4 ounces, 1 pound. So as far as axe throwing goes with that, that does play into penetration. Yes, you are not. That was one thing I noticed when I did the review on it. It's not going to penetrate really deep because you don't have a lot of weight there. And you don't have a lot in this area here or in the pole to drive the bit into the target when you're throwing it. Even when you're throwing it hard, guys, I was thinking maybe an inch, throwing it really hard, but I did use their bit that came from the manufacturer. So I'm thinking that once I throw mine, I'm hoping I can squeak out another ½ inch out of it. We'll see. We'll throw them and see. I'm not going to BS you guys. I'll put it all on camera and we'll see how it works. See how it all works out. Honesty, interior plus the touch of madness. That's the Midgard X we love to see. Yeah, guys. Listen, I'm not going to lie. I have a really good job. I do have 4 kids. So, a lot of money goes to that, but I'm not hurting. Okay. So I'm not bragging. What I'm saying is that I don't need to make a ton of money on here. I'd love to. I'd love to make money, and you guys are helping me out with that, buying these axes. But what I'm saying is that I'm just going to tell you how it is. I don't really care. I think people will appreciate that. When I watch people on YouTube, I want them to give me the honest truth too. I don't want to feel like I'm being sold something. I know somebody said the other day that they felt like I was selling them something. I'm just telling you, if it's good, it's good. I don't care if you buy it or don't buy it. I'm saying I've said that before. You guys know that. Buy it or don't buy it. I could really care less. It's up to you. I've got a million axes at my house. I've got so many axes, it's not even funny. I have axes. I have so many axes. My wife is like, okay, you gotta get rid of some. And before I forget, I'm gonna do a giveaway on here. So for those of you who showed up, we are gonna do a giveaway, and it's gonna be a trivia one. So get your thinking caps on. Whoever answers it right first will get the axe. And I'm not gonna tell you which one it is. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal on the giveaway that we're gonna do on the live here. If you get it, if you get it, you have to throw it and send me a picture or a video of you throwing it. Because so many people think I give these away to friends and family. I don't. But yeah, you guys got to send me a picture or a video of you throwing it and tell me your impressions on it. Good or bad. If you hate it, tell me that. Wes, I hate this thing. I want to know your honest opinion on it. But we're going to do that before we get out of here tonight. So that'll work. Thanks for that, Swing Hatchet. I am putting it to good use. Good, good. Yeah, Dead Wolf, he was... you guys don't know this. Dead Wolf knows, and some of you probably know. Hey, what's up, Dead Wolf? Some of you guys probably know this. Actually, there's two of you, I think, in the comment section right now that know this. We did a live a couple weeks ago. I didn't make it public. Sometimes I do that. After the live's over, I'll just leave it unlisted. And on that live, I gave away 3 axes to people that were in the chat. I did. So sometimes I like to keep it just chat-wise. I'll leave it unlisted. It'll never go out to public view just because I want to chat with you guys, and that's it. People who show up get to enjoy it, and, you know, everybody else can enjoy the videos that I put out. But sometimes I'll leave a live unlisted because we're just having a good time and maybe drinking some meat and maybe having too much of a good time, if you know what I'm saying. So I guess I have to rebuild my tomahawk target. Hey, Derek, what's up, man? What's up, WRX? Ooh, WRX 77 Subaru WRX. I'm assuming those are so cool cars. I love WRXs. They're such cool cars, man. They're such cool cars. Greens from Kansas City. Derek Foot. What's up, man? I used to live in Missouri. A long time ago. In between Springfield and Joplin, Missouri. I think I've told you guys this before. It wasn't between Springfield and Joplin. It was actually in Joplin, Missouri, right there in the corner of the 4 states. I was in Joplin when the 2011 tornado hit. I was actually a quarter of a mile down the street from Range Line, which is the main road that the tornado came down. I could hear it from my house. Yeah, it was scary. That was crazy. That was a crazy tornado. And I said, yeah, I'm good with Midwest. And moved back here. I was good with that. So my wife lived in Joplin right after the tornado. Yeah, I lived there from 2010 until 2012. And I believe that tornado was May of 2011. I remember because my wife at the time was like, hey, we should go to Walmart. It was on a Sunday afternoon. I had been in the yard cutting grass all day. And she was like, we should go to Walmart. And I don't know, I was just exhausted. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was like, nah, I don't feel like. She pressed me for like an hour about going. I don't want to have to go after we get home from work on Monday. And I was like, I really don't want to go. My oldest was 2 years old, I think. The only child I had at the time, he was 2. And I was just like, nah, him and I were outside. We were having a good time. He was hot. I was hot. I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to go to Walmart. We'll do it Monday. And I won the battle. But luckily I won the battle because that tornado hit that Walmart and we would have been inside that Walmart when it hit. So that was crazy too. But something was like, well, stay home. And I listened to that intuition stuff. So I'm in Cheyenne. Actually, when a hatchet from you, the DeWalt hatchet. Oh yeah. James won the DeWalt hatchet. I do remember that. That's what she said. Yeah, James won a hatchet. Yeah, he got the DeWalt hatchet. So, we're talking about the tactical axes, hatchets, and tomahawks that I've done reviews on this year, and the reason why I love them so much, and the reason why they're so good. Not taken away from wooden handled hatchets, axes, and tomahawks. You guys know that I love them. That's what I started throwing, and I still throw them to this day. But this year we got into the tactical side of axes. I guess you could tactical is what I like to call them. And the reason why there's one of the reasons why they're so good is because most of them are all steel. Okay. And you're not going to have to worry about hafting axes. There's not very many axes out there. I'm not going to say there isn't any. There are some, and we'll get into them this year, but there's not very many out there that have wooden handles on them. There just isn't. Most of them have some type of, nylon or some type of composite handle, but most have a full tang steel with some type of different grip panels, whether it be micarta, G10, the list goes on and on and on. And the reason why I've really enjoyed some of them, like I told you guys before, there's been two that have been some of the best axes I've ever thrown. They really are. Um, they just were designed really well. They really were. And, you can do something a little different with steel when you have a CNC machine, if that's what you're using to cut them out with. You can design them in a way to where you can get them under spec, you know, under spec more so than you can with wood handles because that fluctuates. We can't see inside a wood handle to know what it's going to do and not do, but you can kind of get them in the same spec. So, manufacturing wise, it's a little bit easier to produce the same thing over and over and over again. But you can tell that some of these had some work put in them design wise, and they just flew really well. Now, you could say, Wes, is that because of how you throw axes? Yes, that's totally possible. I could love these. You could hate them. I could throw them really well. You may not. Does that mean that I'm better at axe throwing than you? No. It just means that it may work for me when it doesn't work for you. And I always tell you guys that you have to take what I say with a grain of salt sometimes because I throw different than a lot of people. So there may be axes that work for me that don't work for you. But just kind of getting into some of them, the SOG Voodoo Hawk Mini. Uh, wasn't expecting it to do what it did. You guys know if you saw the video, SOG had a not so great ratio with me. Well, it wasn't bad. It was like 1-to-1. The SOG Tactical Tomahawk, I believe. I think I gave that away. I did. I gave that away as a free giveaway. That one survived. Of course, it had that steel up here on the handle, and then the Warfighter, which was an all steel, and that one broke. I don't know why. But then we went back to this one here, which is the glass-filled nylon handle, but it has that steel collar, and this one held up. And if you guys haven't seen it, go back and check it out. I did somewhat of a torture test. Somebody joked with me and said, "Oh, you just said you did a torture test and just recorded yourself missing." I was like, no, no, no. I really did want to do a torture test. So it held up pretty well. It really did. It worked out really well. Somebody did say in the comment section that they noticed it, and I didn't notice it until after the video was over. But if you see here, guys, you can see where the steel on the side right here, where the collar is, you can see it starting to protrude out a little bit. And I think that might have been from because it's not a full tang. It stops right here. I think it's from like rocking inside that steel collar a little bit. So you can see kind of an indentation on each side, but it's still held up. I was able to throw it. I can still throw it, and it still worked out really well. And I will say, for it to have a glass-filled nylon handle, it hit really hard. Probably had something to do with that steel pommel at the bottom, but it has some weight to it. It's not light. I thought with a glass-filled nylon handle, I was going to get it and be like, man, this thing feels like a feather, but it doesn't. It's actually pretty decent in the hand. And like I said, it kind of surprised me when I did the unboxing. If you guys remember when I took it out, I was like, man, this thing has a lot more weight than I thought it would. So pretty decent. Pretty decent for the money. I know some people out there don't like SOG. Okay, cool. They're not my favorite, but like I say, I'd keep politics out of it. I've done reviews on axes from companies I didn't care for either. And, you know, you guys don't know that. And I gave some of them a pretty good review. So we'll just say that. And yeah, Mike, he's in the comment section. He won the Ace of Spades. Mike, how is that Ace of Spades, man? I remember the handle. I think you said something about the handle broke shortly after you got it, which doesn't surprise me. And I just, did you rehaft it on a new handle? WRX says, what's the best one? Oh, I hate that question. I hate that question. We'll come back to that. I hate when people ask me what's the best axe. What's the best axe, or what's the best axe for axe throwing? I don't know. I, a lot of factors come into that. What are you going to use it for? Are you going to use it strictly for axe throwing? Are you going to use it for axe throwing and maybe some chopping? Or are you going to take it hiking with you to a campsite to where you can cut some things up with, or maybe do a little bit of splitting work with some very small logs, but still throw it too? Um, that I got shoulder. It changes. It'll change depending on what my task is, which one I'll grab. Um, all around axes, it's really hard to say because I would sometimes, for some people, if they said they were going to use it for a certain task, I would say maybe the Grensforce hunter's axe. I did a review on that one. I love that axe. Has a pole in the back if you want to do some skinning work. You can throw it at a double rotation. Single rotations are fine. You could do some chopping with it. The edge on the hunter's axe is a little thin. You might get some edge rollover, so you might have to reprofile it a little bit more because they make it real thin. But that one's really good. Um, we'll get into some of the other ones that I think are really good too here in a second. But I'm just trying to look at some of the ones on the wall that I have. You know, some of them are a little gimmicky. I'm not gonna lie. Some of these are a little gimmicky, and I'd probably only use them for axe throwing. Doesn't mean they're bad. When I say they're gimmicky, it doesn't mean they're bad. Like uh, the Norse, help me out, guys. The one with the aluminum handle comes with a glass filled nylon. The tactical something Norse hatchet. I can't remember the name of it. Calculated survival Norse throwing hatchet. Just remembered that one's fairly limited to certain things and certain things only. Um, but it's really good for axe throwing. I actually took it to do the record attempt, and I threw it at the record attempt. It's not bad at all. It's really good for the aluminum handle that comes. They have to buy for it, but it's pretty decent. I would say probably the best axe that anyone could use is the one that works best for you. Um, if you like axe throwing and you like chopping, I always tell people have more than one axe. Get a bunch. But if you had to have one, I'd say go on my playlist, look at my reviews, maybe check out some other YouTubers on those same axes and see what they have to say about them, maybe in the doing bushcraft or chopping or whatever. But I always tell people use the axe that works best for you. Don't, who gives a shit what anybody else says? I don't care what anybody else says. Use what's best for you. You know, you might have an axe that works really good for you, and there might be a lot of people that say it sucks. Who cares? If it works for you and you're capable with it, you can throw it or you can use it for chopping, and it works really well for you. Use it. You know, that's what I always say to people. Um, that's how Mike said he's going to send me some pictures. Okay. I will. A steel handle and a cold steel trench hawk. It's now one of my favorites. Yeah, I've seen people do that before. Weld steel handles onto some of those cold steel axe heads. Um, hey, what's up, Larry? Well, shit, fellas, got to get. Everyone be safe. See you, Derek. Thanks for stopping by, man. So, yeah, guys, like I always say, it really depends on you. It just, you know, I don't like telling people you have to buy this axe, you have to buy that one. I'm no expert, and I'm never going to say I am. I just have a lot of experience with a lot of different axes. Even before social media, I was throwing different axes. So I kind of have an idea what works and what doesn't. Every once in a while, one will surprise me. This one surprised me. And I always tell you guys in those videos, this one surprised me. But I try not to be unbiased when I go into them. So there's that. Another one that I really liked that got a lot of people that, like I told you guys in that one video, of the, Black Label here from, Browning, the Shock and Awe. I had this has been one of the most requested little hatchets. They call it a tomahawk. This has been one of the most requested hatchets I've ever got on this channel, which I thought it would be very popular. Um, but it seemed to get a lot of hate. I don't understand why, and I think the reason it got, maybe, I'm only speculating here, the reason why I got so much hate is because it was so small. And people want to be able to use it for other things. But like I said in the review, guys, it's a tactical blade and it should be used as such. Could you take it out and use it for other purposes? Of course you can. I always tell people, if you get good with any axe, you can do pretty much anything you want with it. Is it going to be the best for that task? No. Kind of like the Husqvarna carpenter's axe. People try to use that thing for bushcrafting. Great. It's probably not the best for bushcrafting, but if you like it, you can wield it really nicely and it works for you, great. But this one should be used as a tactical blade, and it worked pretty well. I think some people didn't like it because of the finger grooves that was, cut into the steel, into the handle here, which I could totally understand that. But it's pretty easy to remedy that. If you just want to go in and grind it out, you could. Or like I did here, you could just take some grip tape, throw it on there. But man, you talking about getting behind this thing and chucking it, it feels so good in the hand. All steel, you don't have to worry about breaking it. You can throw it crazy. It flies really well in the air. I didn't notice any wobble, and it just rotated really nicely in the air. So this one right here was really good. I had a really good time throwing this. And like I said, I kind of designed the spike and gave it an edge rolling back to over rotate to help it kind of catch the target and then rotate in. Sometimes if you don't do that, you'll kind of get a little bit of an over rotation. It'll hit and kind of go left or right. It kind of bounces off. If you kind of give it an edge going back towards the axe head, it'll help it stick and rotate in. And you'll see it in my review when I was talking about it in there. So this one, guys, pretty daggone good. I mean, there's two of them. And there's one that's like $89, and then there was this one. I don't know what the difference is between the two. This one was 60 some, and the other one was 89. Maybe you guys know what the difference is between the two. I didn't notice it until after I bought it. There's two different kinds of the black label shock and aws. And I didn't pay the $89. I think I paid like the $69 for this one. So cool sheath, has a lock on it, which I do kind of like, and worked out really well for Axethrowing. It really did. And you could probably use it for other tasks too. I think a lot of people, and this is just my opinion, I think a lot of people, when you start getting into small hatchets like that, I think some people think, why not just use a knife at that point? Totally get it. As an axe lover, not much of a knife guy, but as an axe lover, I am realistic, and I go, yeah, I could see that. I could totally, and I have a few knives, but I could totally see someone being like, I'd rather carry a larger knife than that. It totally makes sense. Depending on what you're doing and what you're using it for, knife would be a lot lighter too if you have a pack on you or something. So that makes sense. Totally makes sense in that way. So, um, so. As far as any other axes that we've done this year, of course, the axe that kind of rocketed my channel over the past month. You guys don't know, I made a video and was like, "Hey guys, we're almost at 4,000 followers." This was like a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you guys saw or not, but we're almost at 8,000 followers. We've gained like 3,500 people have subscribed to the channel in the past like month. That's what it took me 3 years to do that. Which was the Schrade backdraft. I thought I got trolled on this one. I actually talked to him later on. He said, "No, I really wasn't trolling you. I really wanted to see if you could throw it, but I wasn't trolling you." But it worked out really well. I actually kind of enjoyed throwing it. When I did my rotation test after I cut it down, I noticed that it was going to rotate over, and I was like, "Man, we're not going to get any wobble on this," and we didn't. This is going to be something that I'm going to continue to throw and come back and update you guys on, just to see how this rubber like I told you guys, it's going to end up, you know, if you hit this handle, it's going to tear up, especially if you're chopping with it. You catch a piece, you know, some wood or something, it'll probably just rip this rubber right off. So that's something you'll have to contend with. But, you know, for the price, it's not bad. I can see where some people would say it's gimmicky. Totally understand that. But for what I would use it for, axe throwing and just kind of bringing it outside and giving it to somebody and say, you want to throw something kind of funky here? I would get a good laugh out of it. It's worth it to me to have it. So that might be different for some of you out there, but for me, it's totally worth keeping and giving to people to throw just to see their reaction when they put it in their hand and throw it. So that was pretty cool. And it held up for what it is. It held up very well. The next one I wanted to talk about, which was the one we just dropped a video on, which was the RX Louis or Lou or whatever. This little camping axe here. They call it a tactical axe too. If you guys haven't seen it, not gonna lie, that was the first video I saw, but since then I've been catching up. Yeah. Me and my son watched that one. Yeah, it. Let's go back to it really quick. Since you guys are talking about, let's go back to it really quick because I just want to say this. Depending on what you're going to use it for will depend if you should buy it or not. It's very thin. There's barely any cheeks on this at all. I mean, we're talking the World Axe Throwing League axes that I have that are designed for axe throwing. The pro line are about as thin as this. If that gives you any idea how thin it is, it's very thin. Okay. Chopping wise, could you chop with it? Of course you could, but it probably doesn't have the best edge and cheek design for doing like maybe some really hardcore chopping. I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's doing it. You know, everybody can take something that's not designed for something and make it work. Like me, right? Axe throwing wasn't designed, but I use it that way. So, but if you wanted to get it to kind of like play around with it, mod it, cut the handle down, something crazy to throw, or maybe just to have in your car, wouldn't be bad. Take it to a campsite if you're going to do some axe throwing and be like, hey, throw this thing. Tell me how it works out for you. But you know, as far as construction go, like I said, I think maybe the rubber, it is a G10 and it feels like I couldn't find any more information on it. I know it's G10, but I swear it feels like it's got a rubber overmold over top of the G10. It totally feels that way. You can press it and feel it. So that would probably be the only thing that I would be worried about with it failing would be that rubber. It's going to tear. It will. And as you guys know, I've said before, I'm not a big fan of rubber handles on axes. I'm just not. Even for just chopping or whatever, I'm just not a big fan of it. But it wouldn't be bad. I mean, you know, be realistic with some of this stuff, guys. You know, it's not going to be something that's going to perform out in the woods chopping some tree down or anything. But, you know, use it how you want to use it. I think it would work really well if you want to play around with something, maybe have something different. Like I said, I'd love to bring that out to outside and have someone throw it and be like, here, try this, which I plan on bringing my brother over and having him throw some of these. I'll probably give him that one first and see how he likes it. The RX Lou hatchet that we have here, not bad. Like I told you guys in the video, not bad. You do get the hammer pull that comes off. I'd like a spike design as well. And then it has the nail puller at the bottom. Huge chunk of steel down there at the bottom. Huge. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't want that down there if I was chopping. That wouldn't feel great at all. Maybe if you had the nail puller down there, it would probably give you some relief, but I don't like that down there. Over $100. I know a lot of people are like, yikes, made in China. Yikes. Totally agree with you. I only bought it. I don't want to say it was a poke. I'm not gonna say it was a poke, but I did have some people ask me to review it, and I did have it in my Amazon wish list. But then they kind of ghosted me and Dave, so I said let's buy it and see what's going on with it. I found it strange. Not gonna lie with you guys, I did find it a little strange that they contacted me, said what they said, and then just kind of ghosted us. So I was like, which we got to get this thing and throw it. I'm interested now. You've got my attention. Somebody said, well, it was marketing either way. It was. It was marketing either way because they got me to review it and throw it, right? But like I said, I don't throw this stuff for anybody else other than me and for y'all. So whether it was marketing for them or not, yeah, it held up. But like I said in the video, and I'll be honest with you guys, I don't see very many people buying a Chinese made hatchet for over $100. So it's decent quality. I just don't see very many people spending that kind of money on a Chinese hatchet. You know, with the kind of quality we see on Amazon with Chinese hatchets, most of them aren't the greatest. So they really need to work on their cheek and bit designs. Those things are horrible most of the time. And then we come to the two that I love the most. The two that have caught my attention this year that have been some of the best axes I've ever thrown. Are they the best axes I've ever thrown? They're up there. They're up there. And of course, guys, the first one was the Model 1 from American Tomahawk Company. Sorry if that was loud. I didn't think about that when I did that. Still throwing it. If you guys don't know, if you don't follow me on TikTok, you can. If you don't have TikTok, I totally understand that. But I've been putting out a few shorts on TikTok recently of throwing this still throwing it. Still going strong. Bit quality, still nice and sharp. I have yet to sharpen it since the review. I'm still throwing it. So the edge retention on it is pretty daggone good. I did thin the cheeks on it pretty well and gave it a very narrow bit. But no edge rollover, no nothing. It's still holding up very well. So I'm very, very impressed with it. It just flies so well in the air. It really does. It feels like a dream throwing this thing into the target. It just flies so well. Now, there is one con about it, I guess you could say, and I think I did say it in my review, was that the handle's a tad bit aggressive. Now, I think it's because I throw so hard, it's coming out of my hand really hard. So it's aggressively coming out of my hand. And I think I said that I would probably bring these down a little bit if I was them, but it's not bad. If you really wanted to alleviate it, if it got on your nerves, you could probably just run one thing of grip tape over it one time. And I thought about doing it to see how well it flew if I threw it any better with some grip tape on it to alleviate that those notches in here kind of rubbing up against my hand when I'm throwing it really hard. But overall, I mean, you can get used to it. It's not a huge deal. But overall, guys, this is probably one of the best tomahawks I've ever thrown. Now, there's some that are close. If you didn't want to spend the $189, Cold Steel makes some really good ones. You guys, go back in my playlist. I think it was I got too many axes on the brain. The Cold Steel, is it the Trailhawk? Is it the Trailhawk that's similar to this one? I think I have it over there on the ground. It's not the same, but throwing wise, if you wanted something a little more budget and didn't want to spend $189 for this, and you want to spend, but you want to get that tomahawk feel that's kind of similar, you could go with a Cold Steel Trailhawk. I know people are going to say, "Oh my God, I can't believe he compared a Trailhawk to a Model 1." I'm saying axe throwing wise, it's a little similar, not exact, but a lot of people don't want to spend $189 on an axe. I totally get it. I only spend that kind of money because I love axes. No matter who makes it, no matter how much it is, I'm going to get it because I love them. But I can totally understand where people don't want to spend that kind of money. So the Cold Steel Trailhawk's not bad. Cut the handle down to like 15 and a half inches. I did a review on the Trailhawk if you want to go back and check it out. I had a really good time throwing it. And it was really good. It was a really good thrower. Even the Cold Steel Norse Hawk, which was the picture of the thumbnail of this live. You see me standing there with the axe in front of my face, the Norse Hawk. That's not bad. It really wasn't. It's not going to have the same edge retention as this. And you're going to have to deal with a wooden handle, of course. And Cold Steel isn't always known for having the best fitment of their tomahawk heads to their handles. But if you wanted to get something kind of, close to this, you could go with that too. Get you a bigger bit than the Trailhawk will give you. But man, it just, those are good. Those are good too. And then coming into, I think is my favorite, and I think it didn't fly any better than Model 1. This one didn't fly any better than the Model 1. It didn't. I just like the design a little bit better, which was the Tops Knives VI axe or Viking axe. I'll be honest with you guys, I did not expect this thing to fly as well as it did. I really thought when I got it, it feels a little clunky. It does. It feels a little clunky. When I did my rotation test, like I showed you guys, we are not rotating over. The head is not rotating over. It's just falling straight down. We're not getting that twist like I like, which indicates wobble. And like I told you guys before, it did wobble. But you don't know how controllable or uncontrollable it is when you do that test unless you throw it. It's very controllable. I mean, it's just slight wobble in the air. And I just wasn't expecting this thing to perform as well as it did. And probably out of all the axes I've done this year, this is probably my favorite for design and the way it flies in the air. And just giving you guys a little bit of a weight test, I've got the the scale right here in front of me. Give you kind of a weight test of trying to, this isn't scientific at all, guys. I'm trying to hold it. 2 pounds and 5.9 ounces. So it's not a light thing at all. If you guys remember, this one, the Grensforsbruk broad axe that I cut up to make this, I've thrown this one for double rotations before. I can't remember. This one's pretty heavy. I've thrown this one a bunch. I've thrown this one a lot. I love this thing. It's a freaking beast, though. Good gracious. I remember my arm hurt afterwards when I threw it. Let's weigh this one. This one's at 3 pounds and 3.7 ounces. This one right here. And I've thrown this one before, and I love this one. I hafted it on this handle. This, yeah. Did I have this one? Yeah. Or no, I can't remember. I don't think I hafted this one. I think I cut it on the handle, actually. I did. Grensfors hafted this one, and it's still holding up. They do a really good job hafting their axes. Because I use different wedges. I don't use hickory wedges most of the time. That's a hickory wedge. So this thing right here, 3 pounds. That one's at 2 pounds and whatever I said it was. Kind of similar a little bit. A lot of people thought that this one looked kind of like a fantasy axe. I actually went back, like I told you guys, I don't like watching axe videos. I don't. And I don't mean that to be rude to other people that create content. I don't want their information to sway how I judge my axes and how I do my reviews. So I don't watch anything. Even before social media, I didn't watch very much. And I went back afterwards, after I did the review, and watched a few people using this. And some people use it for chopping and all kinds of different things. So I think the quality on this thing is there. The edge retention on this is wild. The edge retention on this thing, it could have been just the edge that I put on it, but this thing is still almost razor sharp. I mean, it's crazy how the bit stayed sharp on that one. That one's nuts. So, it's like I didn't know what to say afterwards. After I was testing the bit, I threw it, came back to you guys, and I threw that thing for hours. It wasn't like I went outside for an hour and threw it. I mean, we were out there for hours. Probably one of the reasons why my arm hurt so much is because usually when I test my axes, I'm outside for hours on end throwing these. I usually well over 100 throws. I really need to try to break it up into 2 days and not throw as much. I'm getting to the age where, I need to stop throwing over 100 throws in one day. But I've been trying to space it out a little bit. But man, over 100 throws that easy. I think I was out there for like 3.5, almost 4 hours throwing that. It was just a lot of fun, and I kind of lose track of time when I'm throwing axes too. That's one of the reasons why I throw axes so long. So, James said, I like my trail hawk. It does throw well. The Norse hawk throws better. Yeah, I like the Norse hawk too because of the points. I've never broken a cold steel wooden handle. Plus, I carefully fit the handle of the head. I will say that in my experience, you may have a different experience than me. It's iffy on fitment wise for cold steel for me. Sometimes I'll get some that fit really well, and then I'll get some that fit like crap, but I will give them credit. their handles will take some damn abuse. They will. My kids, I've got like 3 or 4 of the Viking hand axes from Cold Steel. If you guys go into any one of my videos, I've done use them as props. They're cheap. So I use them as props in my background when I'm throwing. They're all hanging up, stuck in the targets everywhere. And my sons will go out there and grab them and throw them. And even outside, just sitting out there, I haven't oiled them. They've been sitting out there for months, being rained on, getting cold and hot. They'll grab them out of the target. They're dull as hell, but they'll throw them still. They won't break. They're pretty decent for the money. The handles are. They work really well. Start your day with a shot of WD-40 works for me. Favorite throws are my trench hawks. I need to do a design a lighter steel handle for them trench hawks. I'm working on that. Yeah, when you get that, let me know. Let me know. I'd be interested in seeing what you got going on. That'd be really cool. I had some shoulder trouble back in my 40s. I must have grown out of that. Yeah, that's let me give you guys some information on that. A lot of people ask me why I wear sweatshirts all the time, even in the summer. Well, if you guys don't know, I played baseball. I've gone over that many a times. And I'll be 43 this year. So, I'm not humming like I used to be able to hum when I threw back in my 20s and early 30s. I wish I got on social media 10 years ago. But I'm not humming like I used to. But I did some research, and I noticed that guys that are my age are usually either retiring from sports or have already retired. And people that have injuries at my age from throwing any sport, baseball, football, whatever, most of the injuries you see are from them pulling muscles, tearing ligaments, their ulnar nerve and their elbow, they tear that, whatever the case may be. And one thing that you'll notice, like in baseball players, when pitchers, especially older pitchers in their like mid 30s or so, you'll see them go in the dugout and they'll throw a jacket on their throwing arm, stay warm. And I've noticed that um, when I wear sweatshirts, even in the summer, I stay hot. I stay warm. I want my muscles to stay warm. And I've noticed that as I got older, I get cold really quick. And I don't mean like cold, cold. I mean my muscles tend to get colder faster than they did when I was younger. And I'd rather be hot than cold. I don't want to pull a muscle in my back or anything like that. I'll just stay hydrated more. And it's working. Knock on wood, it's working. I can go outside. I'm sweating a lot and I'm staying hydrated. But man, I am really flexible for the 3 or 4 hours I'm outside throwing. I haven't really noticed much of a difference between now and like say 2 years ago, which is when you normally start feeling it. From what I've heard, about 42, 43 years old is when you really start feeling it. I don't feel any different than I did 2 years ago. So I'm kind of on the mindset of keep my upper body warm. I do stretching, but keep my upper body warm. I'd rather sweat than get cold, and I think I won't pull muscles, and I'll be able to kind of extend my throwing out. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I wear so many sweatshirts or wear a sweatshirt in my videos all the time. Um, I'm trying to stay healthy. I ice my arm afterwards, and because I want to do this for a long time if I can. So. Are double butt axes worse for throwing overall, or are they just not commonly thrown because they're not thrown competitively? Um, I'll be honest with you, I don't really follow competitive axe throwing. If you guys, I said that before, I'm not really much of a competitor. And then when I did my record attempt for the world's longest axe throw, when I did that video, you can go back and I explain why I don't like competing. But actually, I really do like double bits. I've got a couple. I think I have one. Yeah, guys, give me a second. I'll grab it. It's right here on the wall, and I'll show you one that I like for axe throwing. I have many axes at an arm's length. This is the Council Tool double bit. Is it the saddle axe? Saddle axe. I actually did the design in it. I did that design just to kind of give it like a medieval look, just playing around with axes. This thing's pretty damn cool. I did give it kind of like a design in the handle with a Dremel, just kind of like, give it a little bit of texture to put in your hand. But I thinned this handle down, and This is the way that it came from Council Tool. I did not have this, and I beat it all kinds of crazy before I did the color on the handle. Hasn't moved at all. They do a really good job hafting their axe heads on their handles too, but works really well. You can see I took a huge chunk out of the handle right there. I forgot how I did that, doing something. But yeah, this thing's really fun to throw. You get two different bits with this. You get more of like a thinner cheek and bit design on one side for chopping, and then you get kind of like a fatter cheek and bit design on the other side for like heavy duty chopping and maybe a little bit of splitting work. This axe, I guess you could call it saddle axe here, I use a lot to split the logs that I have on my front porch in the winter to put into my wood burning stove in my living room in the winter. I think that's actually, I think I overstruck it one time this past winter, and that's what that's from. But it works pretty well for that. But axe throwing, yeah, man, this thing's great and it's cheap. This one's like 60 or 70 bucks, I believe. I can't remember if I don't think I did anything to the handle as far as shortening it, but this thing's great. It's a great flyer. Um, and they make a Velvet cut or Velvet cut. I haven't gotten that one yet. That one's kind of expensive. That one's like 160 or 70 bucks. That one probably is a little bit better quality. You could check that one out, but I like that one. And there's two other ones that I have in my shed. I can't remember who made them, but I've thrown those too. They're not bad. They have a little bit more they have a little bit more weight to them, you know. But I like them. Actually, somebody actually sent me a list the other day of axes that they were interested in me reviewing, and one of them was a battle axe by a company. It's like 400 and some dollars. So we'll see if we can get it. But it looks promising for axe throwing, and was it Zombie Tools, or I can't remember the name of the company. It's on my list. It's Zombie something. They're really expensive axes, but they look really freaking cool. But he asked me to get the double bit, so I'll probably have one of those coming up soon. I really like double bit axes. I think they work out really well for axe throwing. Um, yeah, Devil said that is true. Stay warm. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You got to stay warm when you get up there in age. Try to keep it lubed up and moving. keep moving. Wes, I just got a flying fox frax on and don't regret it. Though the factory edge came a bit rough, but I love the feel of it so far. Glad to see your vids are getting more views. Keep it up. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. That's a old review I did on the flying fox. That one's pretty cool. I like the flying fox. That works out really well. I think if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've thrown the flying fox. I've got it somewhere. I didn't care for the handle at the bottom. It's got the way that the handle where the knob is, where the hook down there where the knob's at. I think I had to flatten mine a little bit. It extends a little high for me. But they make two different kind. They make that longer handle one, which we have. We still have yet to do a video on that one. It's like the 20 some inch handle with the swept handle that goes back. We have to do something with that one custom wise. But you could cut that one down. You get a little bit of a swept handle that goes back. I bet that would be great for axe throwing. I have yet to throw it. So I'm interested in getting to that axe and cutting that handle down because we threw the shorter flying fox. But I bet that handle with the sweep going back would be awesome for axe throwing. We'll have to get into that one. So, Zombie Tools, yeah, that's what it is. They really make some awesome stuff. Looks like to me. I don't own any of their stuff. Yeah, yeah. Dead Wolf said that it's Zombie Tools. Yeah, that's what it was. Zombie Tools. Somebody sent me that and was like, dude, you got to get. I think they make one called the Kraken. If I remember correctly, somebody wanted me to get one called the Kraken. But they make a double bit one too that somebody asked me to get. But man, they are expensive, but they look cool as hell. So they look like they'd be something that would be right up my alley to throw. So I'm really interested in getting one of those. So that'd be really cool. Mike said he sent me some pictures. Pictures are in your email now. I have to check it and see. I don't know if I can get on here. I'm afraid if I leave the chat, I'm not going to be able to get back to it. Uh, uh, You are correct, sir. I plan to have a better handle for it, possibly square. I just rewatched it, and you did say it was hefty to throw really hard. So I wonder if there's a way to shave some weight off. Yeah, you you probably could. Um, I it's been a while since I messed with the flying fox, but if I remember correctly, I think the pole in the back tapers. So you don't have a really thick pole in the back. It actually kind of tapers back, if I remember correctly. And the pole's not really like that far back. You could probably go inwards with the pole if you wanted to do some work to it. You could probably shave off a little bit of weight in the pole, maybe a quarter of an inch, maybe half. I'd have to get it and look at it again to save some weight. But depending on the kind of handle you use too, could save you some weight too. But it flew really well from what I remember, and I know a lot of people really like Flying Fox as a dual purpose axe. I know some people hate saying dual purpose, but that's kind of what the Flying Fox was designed for axe throwing and chopping. But it's a great flyer. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed that thing. What we coming up at? I don't even know what time it is. Let me check really quick and see. 8:07. 8:07. Okay, so we've been going for almost an hour. Do you guys have anything you want to ask me real quick? We'll get into kind of open the questions up. I've talked about all the axes that I want to talk about. Oh yeah, real quick before I forget, of course we have. I don't even. Sorry, sorry if that was loud, guys. The Kestrel by RMJ Tactical. Man, that thing is in that sheath. I've got a that sheath is a pain. We still got this one. If you haven't noticed, I have already started doing my work on it. I gave it the raven beak on the back. I call it the raven's beak spike. I redesigned the spike a little bit. I gave it an edge all the way back to here. It doesn't come with that way, but I gave it that way, and it's pretty sharp. It's fat. I will say that. I didn't thin the cheeks down very much, but we have an edge up there, and it's fat, but it should work really well for axe throwing. And I did thin the cheeks a bit and gave it a nice edge. My edge is pretty sharp. I think I'm going to go over it one more time because I think I can get a little sharper than this. I kind of ran through it really quick, but I'm going to give it one more final pass. I might try to thin the cheeks down just a little bit more. I know it's not made for that, guys. Some people were telling me in the comment section that's really a breaching axe. I get that. I know it is. But like I told you guys before, and you guys have watched me forever, um, you can utilize it if you know how to utilize whetstones and files and stuff. You can take axes and still use them for what they're designed for, but still use them for axe throwing too. And I have shown that many a times. But that's what I'm trying to do with this. It's a tactical axe. I know it's made for breaching and such, but I want to be able to get an edge on it for axe throwing and still be able to use it for other tasks like breaching too. And that's why I'm thinning the cheeks and giving it a little bit different of a bit profile because I think I can do it. I think I can get it thin enough to get some really deep penetration and still be able to use it hardcore. And we'll test that theory when we go to review that. I'm gonna put a pretty thin edge on it, and then we're gonna beat it and see if my edge holds up. We'll see if it does or doesn't, and I'll show you guys if it does or if it doesn't, and we'll see how it works out. So, what handle would you recommend for the ace of spades? I don't know. It's been a while since I dealt with the World Axe Throwing League axe heads. I was sourcing different handles for the World Axe Throwing League axe heads because I didn't care for them. It depends on what handle you get from them. I've gotten some like ordered blanks from them without an axe head on them that have worked out, and some that didn't. Some came and I hafted them far enough down on the shoulder to where they were able to be thrown and they held up. And then some, they're just dry and they break really easily. I know there is a company out there that I hafted my handle on, um, and I'm drawing a blank right now on the name of the company. They make pretty good axe handles and they're cheap. They got like an old school website, and I'm drawing a blank. They make plumbers, axe handles. They make every turtle. No, it's not turtle. Oh man, I'm just gonna drive me nuts now. I can't remember the name of the company. If I remember, guys, I'll come back into the live and I'll put it. I'm sure I'll remember afterwards what the name of the company is. But they specialize in axe handles. They're in northern, somewhere up north. Um, I don't know why I keep wanting to say turtle. It's not turtle. Anyway, I'll come back to it and I'll put it in the comment section. I did find a plumb handle that fits their axe heads, and it works really well. Feels really good in the hand. I believe you guys saw it. If you go back and watch, I forgot what axe head it was, but I hafted it on there. It was the red axe handle. I got that. Beaver tooth. Beaver tooth. God, it just came to me. Beaver Tooth Handle Company. I don't know why I said turtle. Beaver Tooth Handle Company. Go check them out. They have got a slew of axe handles on their website, and they're pretty cheap and they're pretty decent. It was, you guys have to help me out. I don't remember what World Axethrowing League axe head it was, but I hafted one of their plum axe handles on that axe head, and I'm still throwing it to this day. I did get a slight crack in it recently. I'll grab it really quick. It's right here. I did get a slight crack in it. That's what the electrical tape. Sorry, guys. I can't remember what AXES is. Axe head it is. It's been a while since I dealt with beaver tooth, but this one right here. We got a slight crack running through here like this. But it's good enough to tape and still throw. I've been throwing it. It's okay. It's not getting any worse. Probably because these axe heads are so heavy. These axe heads are so heavy. So, you get a lot of force going in with these World Axethrowing League axe heads. And when they smash, man, you get some vibration. But this is the handle. It's like a plumb handle. I didn't do anything to this. I just hafted it on, and it feels so good in the hand. But yeah, I got it from Beaver Tooth Handle Company, and hafted it. Went on really nicely, and it's held. Still held to this day, even with the crack in it. It's still going. So I typically don't switch out axe handles if they crack. I'll keep throwing. I just don't have time. I'd be hafting axes all the time. So I'll just keep throwing it until the damn head falls off. Or, unless it gets unsafe to throw, I'll just keep going. And it's still holding up. And guys, I think that video was done like 2 years ago. Or is it a year and a half ago? 2 years ago? And I threw it like 2 months ago. I threw it for about 30 minutes outside with some of the other World Axethrowing League axes, just kind of tossing around. And I beat the knob, hit the top of the head, still working. So check them out. They're not bad. Yeah, Mike said it was a beaver something. I probably should have looked down at the chat. I would have seen it. Have you ever looked into Infinity axes? They have some really wild designs. Prices vary around the World Axethrowing League range, but also know you have hundreds of recommended axes to sort through first. Is the Infinity axes, are those the ones that have like they're really, they're like squared axe handles and the heads are all weird and you kind of slide them on and like tighten them on or something? I think somebody mentioned those to me. They're designed for axe throwing and they're like all kinds of crazy designs and they have these like really thin looking square handles. Maybe that's them. King of Diamonds. Yeah, you're right, Dan. King of Diamonds. That's what that one is. Somebody said something to me about the Infinity axes. I was gonna do them, and I didn't get a chance to get around to them while I was doing dedicated throwing axes before I got to tactical. What I like doing is that every year, what we're gonna do is that we're going to try to stay within theme, kind of like just give you guys a little bit different of a view. Sometimes I'll throw in a random work axe while we're doing the tactical axes, but I like to kind of stay within theme. So like one year we do this, one year we do that. Every year we do something a little different with a little something thrown in there, maybe a wooden handled one. There is one that I saw that I'm going to be bringing soon. It is not not really a tactical axe. And I cannot remember the name of the gentleman who makes it. He was the designer of the CRKT Frere. axe. The design's cool. The CRKT Frere axe is horrible. Where they have it made at in China or Taiwan or wherever it's made, those things are horrible. But the design's cool. And I cannot remember his name. Older gentleman. He taught Ryan Johnson, the owner of RMJ Tactical. He taught him uh, how to do, steel working. God, I can't remember his name. Older gentleman, but Monkey's Edge in Arizona has some of his axes, and he's got a Viking axe that I'm going to be getting. It's about $200 and some dollars. It's wooden handled, but it's got the lug on the bottom and the lug on the top. He mimicked it after a traditional Nordic or Norse axe head. It looks really cool, and I can't wait to get it. It's about, like I said, it's around in the high twos, low $300. But he has a handwritten note for every axe that he does. They're really cool looking. I can't remember his name now. It's going to drive me nuts, but he's pretty popular. But I want to get one of his axes because his axe heads are so damn cool. They're so cool. But anyway, I think we should wrap it up. Let's do the giveaway. I know some of you, sorry if I went on too long. Sorry, guys. I know some of you are probably like, get to the giveaway, get to the giveaway. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Because this company kind of ghosted us and I bought it, and I said, well, screw it. Let's give it to one of y'all. Me and Dave bought it. We did a review on it. So I'm going to send it to one of you. We're going to do a free giveaway on this thing right here, right now. Now, let me tell you, whoever wins it, if you go into any one of my videos, into the description of any one of my videos, you'll see my email address. Send me your information and I'll get it out to you. I am sometimes a little slow getting it to you. I apologize. Don't freak out if it takes a little while. I'm really busy. I got a full-time job. I got 4 kids. All my kids are in Muay Thai and gymnastics and kickboxing, and anyway, so we got a lot of stuff going on. So if you could send me an email if you win with your contact information, as soon as I get it out to you, I will send you tracking. I always do that, but I'll keep you informed. Send me an email. Hey Wes, don't forget about me. And I'll say, yeah, I didn't forget about you. And then as soon as I send it, I'll give you tracking. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do some trivia. Whoever gives me the answer first, everybody has the same amount of opportunity to win it. And I'll give you everything that came in the box. Everything that came. I kept everything. Kept the box. I kept the paracord, the hammer. I didn't do anything to it except sharpen it. Now, actually, no, I didn't even sharpen it. I just sharpened the toe up here. I didn't even touch the bit. So you guys will get to see, whoever wins this, you'll get to see that I'm not BSing when I said that it's still pretty sharp. You would see if I sharpened it anyway. It wouldn't look this clean. I'd have markings all over it from me sharpening it, but you'll see how sharp it is. You'll see. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do some trivia, and whoever answers it first wins. Let me think what I can do that everybody could easily find if you don't know, or if you've been around long enough, you would know. Let's see here. Let me think. Probably should have thought about this while I was talking. Okay. Who can tell me? Look over there on the wall really quick. Who can tell me? Actually, let's just make it easy. Who can tell me the very first axe review I did on YouTube? What axe it was, the name of the axe, and the company. You can tell me the name of the axe and the company. You got to get them both right. The company and the name of the axe. They have to be correct. Of the very first axe I did a review on YouTube, you'll win this. And Devil said, here we go. Everybody's going to my playlist right now. Shit. Scrolling all the way down. The very first axe I ever, and I shouldn't say axe. It was a hatchet. It was a hatchet. It was the very first hatchet I ever did a review on YouTube. I remember clear as day because I was wearing some crazy clothes when I was outside throwing it like I normally do. All right, you guys are thinking about this. Let me show you guys something. So my ankle's still messed up. When I was outside running around throwing this, I'm still not at 100%. My right ankle's a little messed up, but I did get some better shoes. I keep wearing Cold Steel Trench Hawk. LOL. No, you are incorrect, Dead Wolf. Cold Steel Trench Hawk was not my very first. Estwing Throwing Hatchet by Estwing. Yeah, he got it right. actually, actually, no, it was not the throwing hatchet. You have to get the name of the hatchet correct. It was an Estwing, but it was not a throwing hatchet. The actual name of it is not called a throwing hatchet. It is called something else. Come on, idiotic, you can do it, man. You better punch it in there quick. It's not a throwing hatchet. It's called the Estwing. It's called something. It's an actual name. But I got these Keen shoes with ankle supports. All my shoes for some reason don't have ankle supports. So I had to get some ankle supports so I don't keep rolling my ankles because my ligaments in my ankles are like rubber bands right now. It is an Estwing. You are correct, but it is not called the throwing hatchet. Oh, Dead Wolf. Dead Wolf got it. Dead Wolf got it, man. Here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. Okay, so idiotic tornado. He was close. He was close. Okay, so James, here's what we're gonna do. James got it. It was the Estwing camp hatchet. It's called the camp hatchet. But idiotic was close. He was close. So here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. All right, James, we are going to send you this one. We'll send you this one. And you can throw it for me, man. Test it out. Tell me how much you love it, how much you like it. Idiotic, we're gonna do something for you, man. You were close. You were close. Why not? Why not? Let me see what I can do here. Let me look. Let me go look and see. I'll give you something. I'll give you an axe. I gotta get rid of some of this shit. I got too many axes. Let me hang tight real quick. Let me run over there and see what I got, what I'm willing to get rid of. And if you want it, let me know. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna run over there really quick and check. Give me 2 seconds. I've got a bunch over here. All right. Let's see what we got. 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 What do I want to get rid of? Let's see. Let's see. Actually, screw it. We'll just give you the SOG. This was supposed to be a giveaway anyway, so I'll give you the SOG, Voodoo Hawk Mini. Idiotic. We'll give you this one. So we'll send James the nah, man, you're good. You were close enough. It was close enough. Like I said, I gotta get rid of some of this stuff. I got too many. I literally just went through like 10 axes over there that are literally in like a little cubby area that are literally just sitting. I have axes that are collecting dust. I'm not kidding. I'm really not kidding. I have so many, it's not even funny. I have so many that I'll go through them and I'll go, oh yeah. It's like Christmas morning when I go through all my axes, I start finding stuff and I'm like, oh, I totally forgot I had this one. And then I'll go outside and throw it. So that's what we'll do. So James, you get the RX Lou. I'll send it to you, man. Nice and sharp, ready to go. I think I'm telling you, man, it's got a pretty decent edge on it. So you'll be able to use that one, throw it. I'll just leave it like this, and you can put everything back on those screws. I'll put them in the bag for you. And then Idiotic will send you the SOG Voodoo Hawk Mini. Voodoo Hawk Mini. We'll send that one to you as well. I probably won't throw it very much because I'm getting so many axes in this year that this is probably going to be one that I just put up on the wall. It's good. It's just something that I don't think I'll probably throw a whole heck of a lot. And it's not incredibly expensive. If I want to go back and get one, I will at some point. Not a huge deal. So there is that. So, um, I got so many swords and knives. I seriously got to give a bunch of that away as well. Yeah, they collect. They collect really easily. They really do. They really do. I just get to the point to where um, I told my wife, like, you guys remember the last giveaway, the last live we did, I gave away 3. I just get them out of here. Actually, you know what? I have another. You guys want to do another one? I have another one that's literally just sitting in there collecting dust too. Screw it. Let's just give it away. Let's just give another one away. Why not? And I might just unlist this video so only you guys know about this, like I did the last live. We shut it down, and I went in there and I hit unlist. I love everybody that subscribed to me. I do. It's just something I like doing special for the people that showed up for me when I did a live. So it's like a special thing. Thank you. We get to share it, and everybody else can come next time. All right. So we will. I have one in there that I think is pretty decent. It's not an expensive one, so don't think I'm going to come out here with a really expensive one, but it was decent. It really was. It held up. I did a little work to the handle. Um, I think it was maybe 20 some dollars, but you guys remember I did a review on it. It's not bad. And I still have it. Let me go grab it and we'll do another little cool little quiz. While I'm going to go grab it right there, I'll think of something to ask you guys. Hang on, hang on. If you guys don't remember, this is the Lowe's Carpenter's hatchet. These handles are freaking tanks. They're hickory handles. They're not bad at all. And guys, check this out. Listen to this. I sharpened it, through it. You can see I didn't go back over the edge again. You can see it's still dirty. I just put it up. It's got the epoxy up there at the top. You can see it's all down here in the handle too, but it held up. It really did. Got a little bit of a gnarly impression right here in it, but check this out. It'll hold an edge. I mean, it'll take an edge. Holding it is another story. Softer steel, it's going to dull pretty quick, but you can get it pretty daggone sharp. And you'll see when you get this, it's almost like a throwing axe. Like if you look, I mean, carpenter's axes are like that anyway, but the bit design in the cheeks, man, it is great for axe throwing. If you guys are wanting to get into axes and you want to get into axe throwing, I should say, get you a Lowe's carpenter's hatchet. They're like 20 some dollars. You're not going to, have a heart attack if you break it. And you might have to sharpen a little bit more. It's softer steel, but you can get a decent edge on it. Like I said, guys, this thing is really sharp. I mean, it really is. You just got to work on it. Okay, so we'll do a giveaway on this one too. So we got this one. You guys got to send me emails, and when you send me an email, please tell me which axe it was. I have a hard time remembering who's getting what. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is, let me think. Let me think of a question to ask you guys. James already sent me an email. It just came in. Let me think here. Let me think of a question to ask you guys that you would remember. That's pretty easy, not too difficult. Thinking back. What was the last axe, hatchet, or tomahawk that I did a review on that failed? That we were not able to complete the review because it failed? It wasn't that long ago. You guys should easily know this one. Um, the last axe, hatchet, or tomahawk I did a review on that failed. We were not able to complete the review because it broke. While you guys are thinking of that, I'm going to enjoy in some dense mute. Danish mead. This is the Nordic honey wine with ginger and hops. Dan said the SOG Marine Corps Tomahawk. I think you're right. I'm trying to remember. Probably should have known the answer before that I asked that, huh? I think you're right. I think it was the. No. It wasn't the SOG. Nah, the Marine Corps Tomahawk wasn't SOG. Close enough though. Close enough. The Marine Corps Tomahawk, I believe, was it the last one that broke? I know I watched that one, but I can't remember. I think Dan's right. I mean, I know that one broke, but it wasn't made by SOG. The Marine Corps Tomahawk is made by MTech USA. But I believe you're correct. I believe that one was after the Walther. I know the Walther broke, and then I'm pretty sure I did the Marine one. So I'm pretty sure you're right, because I believe that was the last one that I did before we moved into the Voodoo Hawk. I believe that was the video before the Voodoo Hawk, right? So I believe you are correct, sir. The handle snapped. Yeah, I believe you're right. Yeah, I know it broke. I just couldn't remember if it was the MTech or if it was the Walther or the Volther. Sorry, the Volther that broke first. And people give me shit for saying Volther. I have family that lives in Germany. Give me some slack. But yeah, so yeah, you're right. I'm like, you're probably right, man. I'm pretty sure you are. I'm glad I caught the live chat. I will catch up on your videos. Have a great night. Thanks, man. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks for joining, man, and hanging out with us. Appreciate it. All right. The handle snap. Yeah, you're right, Dan. Send me an email. Send me an email. And with your contact information, please remember, guys, put it in the comment in your email. Tell me what axe, hatchet, or tomahawk that you won, so that way I can send it to the right people. I know one of these times I'm going to end up sending the wrong person the wrong hatchet. I sent one. We did have an issue with that one time, but it was. Yeah. See, what had happened was, I'm not going to go into that, but send me your email with your information, so that way I can send you guys this stuff out. Thanks for everything everybody does to make this channel what it is. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be standing here doing this, talking to you guys about all these cool axes, hatchets, and tomahawks. Mostly good, few bad, few aren't great. Tell you guys that, but that's just the way life goes, right? So thanks for all the support. I really appreciate it. Thanks for everybody that joined in. Does anybody have any other questions before we get out of here? There's only a few of you left. If you have any questions, please say it now or forever hold your peace. No, I'm just kidding. We'll do another live at some point, maybe next week or the week after. So I'll probably get to hopefully throwing. We'll do an unboxing this weekend. I'll put out an unboxing video this weekend. We're going to try our luck on another Valther tomahawk. Second try. That'll be the last one I do with Valther. So, and that'll be it. That'll be the last one we do. Y'all take care. See you, Dead Wolf. Dude, thanks, man. I'll be here next time, too. Yeah, thanks, Dan. I appreciate you coming in and joining Idiotic. Thank you so much for getting into the comment section as well. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I can be a little long-winded, but I'm just chatting with you guys, having a good time, talking about axes and BSing. So, that's kind of what my lives are about. We'll get a little bit more serious sometimes. If you guys have any topics, please let me know. If there's something you want me to do a live, just send me an email. Hey, Wes, it'd be cool if we did a live on this or that. I got nothing but time and nothing but time to create content too. So we can do all kinds of crazy stuff, cool stuff. If you guys are interested, consider joining Patreon. I did have somebody join up recently on Patreon, and he's asked me. If you guys don't know, anybody that joins Patreon gets to the first. What did I say? Was it the first 10 or 15 people that join Patreon get to ask me to buy an axe to review? Limit of $100 though. Come on, guys, keep it a little bit right now. We might go a little bit higher than that later on, but if you join Patreon, there's a $100 limit. You can ask me to review any axe. I will get it for you. I will review it for you, and I'll post it only on Patreon for you and for you or anybody else on Patreon too. So just for you guys on Patreon. I got to get some content on Patreon, but I think I've got one member on there. I haven't really been talking about it a lot lately. So if you're interested, come on over there. I'd like to build that up a little bit too, and get a little bit more personal on there if we can. And like I said, do some personalized axe reviews just for you guys over there. And maybe if we get a bunch of people coming in, we can start upping that price range, so that way we can do some specific axes that you want to see just for you. So I'd be interested in totally doing that. So all right, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for everything everybody does. Stay tuned. This weekend we will be unboxing another tomahawk. Interested in getting into it. Glass filled nylon handle, I believe. I might try doing something to make it work. We'll see. We'll see. I'm tired of it failing. I know it's going to fail. And maybe I'll do something beforehand to make it work so I can get through the damn review. We'll see. I'm going to play around with it before I throw it and see. And then, of course, we got the RMJ Tactical Kestrel. Still waiting for the grit panels to come in. They haven't come in yet, so waiting on those. So I'm delaying. I'm delaying getting to the Kestrels. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks. I really appreciate it for the 5th time. I'm out of here. If you guys have any questions, please email me. Go in the comment section too. When this video is over, you can go back in. I try to stick around for like 2 days after a video is posted. I try to get back to everybody, but send me an email if you got a question. Try to get back to you as quick as I can. And if I don't respond to you, send me another email, because some of your stuff goes to spam, and I keep forgetting to check the spam. My bad. My bad. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Remember, it's always for the low of the axe, but until next time, see ya. Now we got to walk around, turn it off. This is the awkward, weird part. Here's a fun one for you. Find and review an axe for bear defense. For fun, of course. Hold on, I got to come back now. I was going to leave, but he wants to do bear defense. Yeah, maybe. And use Dave as a target again. Yeah, I got some of Dave's cousins are at Hobby Lobby. We might get some. Here's a phone one for you, fun for bear defense. For fun, of course, yeah. If you're still around, I happen to have a 60, is it a 65 inch? Or is it a 60 inch? I happen to have a plasma TV that just went out. And I may or may not have kept it for something. And it's going to be its own video. It won't be a long one, 5, 8 minutes long. And I may, just may, hang it up and see what this theoretically would do in slow motion, throwing it as hard as I do. If it maybe touched the screen, I don't know. We're going to see. My wife's been getting on me about that. It's still sitting in the hallway. When are you going to get this TV out of the hallway? So we got to make that video soon. I don't know what the ramifications are. I know there's going to be some like EPA people out there like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that. Mind your business. Yeah, that one's coming up too, guys. I totally forgot about that. So yeah, we're going to take that Tops Knives VI axe and just sling it at that thing. I'm going to try to get, I have a videographer, I believe is what you say. Professional videographer that I know that can do slow-mo shots. So I'm going to try to get her over here so I can get that in slow-mo. I'm going to get one shot to throw at it. So hopefully the bit sticks and hits it. So look for that too. That's going to be fun. So that'll be cool. All right, guys, I'm out of here. See ya. I'm really leaving now. Don't put anything else in the chat. I'm leaving. I'm not looking at it. Bye.